These earbuds are definitely one of the cooler ones to come out from JBL, and they do perform pretty well, but there are still a few problems to iron out. Hey guys, we have the JBL Club Pro Plus True Wireless earbuds with us today, and I must say, I actually really dig the design. Before we get into the review, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on upcoming videos. The case is made out of plastic, yes, but there is a slight bit of heft to it, so it doesn't feel like a toy in the hand. The matte black color with a sort of sheen is also pretty durable. You don't get fingerprints or scuffs on the case easily, which is nice. On the bottom, you get a USB-C charging port, a pairing button, as well as an LED indicator for charging status. The case also supports wireless charging, which is very nice. Inside, you get the two earbuds along with individual LEDs that show if the earbuds are charging when you put them into the case. The earbuds themselves are actually really nice. The faceplate is a sort of triangular shape that is a refreshing change from the round or square earbuds we normally get. It's also shaped pretty ergonomically, which results in a comfortable fit, even though they do stick out of my ears a little. As for passive noise isolation, it's pretty decent, although there also is ANC on these earbuds, which we'll talk about later. Moving on to features, there is a JBL companion app, which actually started out a little bit wonky for me before it kind of settled in. During the initial setup, there was a earbud fit test, and after tapping the button, there was no response, so I got a bit impatient and I started kind of spamming the button, and still nothing happened. So I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna give it like 5 seconds. So after 5 seconds, the music kind of started playing and I was like, okay, all good then. So I closed the pop-up, you know, they said the fit was fine and stuff like that. So I was just going through the app. And then the fit test music just kept playing and playing and playing, and I was like, right? So I took out the earbuds, you know, put them back in the case, disconnected them, all that, and then I took them out again, of course, and opened up the app again, and thank God, the music was gone by that point in time. So yeah, just be a bit patient with the app, I guess, and don't spam the button like me. After that though, the app wasn't really laggy or anything in most of the main areas. The only other occasion when I found that the app started to lag a bit was when I was trying to switch between the ANC mode and the ambient sound mode on the main page. So that's probably something that JBL should look into fixing in future software updates. I also did a quick firmware update and it was actually pretty fast. JBL gives you the option of choosing whether you want to use the earbuds when you're updating the firmware, which will be slower, or just completely not using the earbuds and it'll be faster. So obviously, I think most people would choose to just go the faster route. In the app, you get battery levels for both earbuds as well as the case, as well as options to toggle ANC and ambient sound on or off. There's also a smart audio and video button, which is pretty cool. Basically, you get to choose if you want the earbuds to focus on sound quality or low latency. I didn't really notice any latency when I was watching videos anyway, so yeah. There are touch controls, but you only get to select which set of touch controls you want on each earbud. There's ambient sound control, playback control, volume control, and voice assistant. Or you could just turn it off if you rather. In the app, you can also set auto off, play pause in-ear detection, and different modes for ANC and ambient sound. Interestingly, the EQ feature called Stage Plus comes with two options. You can either pick a DJ signature or use your own custom EQ. The DJ signature sound curves are supposedly only available for a limited time, and as at the time of this video's filming, there are only 3: Martin Garrix, Vintage Culture, and Tiger Lily. I guess these will eventually expire and new ones will be added, although I have no idea how frequent that change will be. The other thing is, there's no way to kind of see how the sound is changed by these DJ signatures either, so it's a lot of experimenting to figure out, you know, which one sounds best to you. The custom EQ though is pretty interesting. I tested out exactly how many points I could add into the graph, and it topped out at a whopping 16 points. Although whenever I saved that preset, it kind of defaulted to just 10 points. I mean, nobody's really going to put 16 points on your EQ graph anyway, so yeah, perfectly fine. I also tried to max out the number of EQ presets, but I got all the way up to EQ 21 and I was like, you know what? This is taking too much time. So well done JBL, because I don't think anybody else is going to have 21 different EQ presets. Moving on to connectivity, these run on Bluetooth 5.1, which is a bit odd. Most of the earbuds that I've tried nowadays are either on Bluetooth 5.0 or Bluetooth 5.2. So these are actually the first pair of 5.1 earbuds that I've seen in a while. It also means that you don't get Bluetooth low energy or other stuff that was introduced with 5.2. As for codec support, there's only SBC and AAC, which is a bit of a disappointment. Considering the price tag of $199 or 299 Singapore dollars, it would have been nice if JBL had at least included aptX, if not aptX adaptive. Good thing though is that the earbuds are also independent, so you can use either side as you want. Battery life isn't too bad. JBL claims 6 hours with ANC on or 8 hours with ANC off, and that's pretty accurate. There are an additional 3 charges in the case for a total of around 24 to 32 hours, which I would expect out of a case this size. There's an IPX4 water resistance, which means that these hold up fine to sweat if you're planning on bringing this to the gym, but personally I would recommend finding something with a bit more staying power in your ear. You get ANC in these and they're actually pretty decent. The earbuds do a good job of reducing low-pitched environmental noise, although higher-pitched noises do still get in from time to time. Car noise and the likes aren't completely removed, but they are effectively dampened. Microphone quality is, well, you guys can hear it for yourself. It does get a bit thin from time to time, but it's okay. You know, overall fine for voice calls. Sound quality though is pretty good. JBL is owned by Harman after all, and you do get a well-balanced, pretty detailed sound throughout. The bass is impactful and accurate while not being overly emphasized. The mids and highs are both pretty accurate, although I did feel there's a slight dip in the mids, leading to a bit of underemphasis and a slight lack of body and richness. Treble though is nice and bright. Keep in mind, there are so many ways of tuning the sound with these earbuds thanks to the DJ signature and custom EQ. So you'll really be able to tinker around and find the optimal EQ for yourself. Personally, I did most of my testing with the EQ off, although I did like the vintage culture signature quite a bit. It brought the mids up and the vocals were a bit more forward, and the bass also had a bit more punch to it. The soundstage is pretty decent. Nothing too crazy, but it won't leave you feeling it's too cramped either. Imaging is okay, not 100% accurate, but you do get the general sense of instruments. Layering is just kind of meh actually. Instruments do start to feel a bit blended together, but honestly, you're not getting these for critical listening anyway. Personally, if you are doing the custom EQ, I would actually recommend bumping the upper mids just a touch in addition to whatever else you're doing. I found that kind of got the best results for me. So, who would want to get these? I would say that if you're looking for a pair of earbuds that are relatively accurate and have the ability to really be quite finely tuned, these are probably a good option. The DJ signature feature is also another cool, little trick that has the potential to grow, when more are added. But yeah, it's really kind of lackluster at the moment with just 3. If you want something that's excellent and engaging out of the box though, I think you might have to look elsewhere because these really do need a bit of work on the EQ side to shine. ANC is pretty decent here though, so I would say that if you like the design and you're looking for something that has ANC, these are pretty worth the $200 price tag, especially if you like the design of the case and the earbuds. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the JBL Club Pro Plus True Wireless earbuds. Man, that is a mouthful. If you guys have any comments or questions, leave them down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to us. See you next one. See you guys.